Hi everybody and welcome to A Soul Full of Books. This is my April review. So in April, I was able to read 4 books, which really surprised me because I think until the 3rd week of April, I had only read 1 book. So I was super excited and proud of myself for getting 3 books in at the end of the month. So this month, I was in my first ever book club, which was the Cozy Book Club with Amber the Niffler and Izzy. I will leave their channels linked below. And we read Nightshade by Andrea Kramer. And this will just kind of be a little bit of an overview of my thoughts. Also, if you can hear my dogs, I'm so sorry. I can't stop them. One's a puppy, one's a semi-puppy. They're going to be playing in the background. So with Nightshade, I have to be honest, this is like a 3-star. This book did not excite me at all until like less than 1/4 of a way to the ending. It took me a couple weeks to get through. And here's my troublesome, like here's the quarrel I'm having in my head. I did not enjoy this book until the last 1/4 of it, and now I really want to read the next book. But I'm worried if I buy the next book, I'm investing my time into another slow beginning and then like a super fast ending. So, I don't know. So, this book is about Callie, and she is the female alpha of her guardian pack. They're basically werewolves, but they don't call themselves werewolves. They call themselves guardians. And she is engaged to marry the male alpha of a rival pack to create a new 3rd pack, which the keepers, who are basically like their overlords / almost like owners. Yeah, owners. That's like exactly how I would describe it. Their will is to have a 3rd pack made of all of these teenagers. So Kala's friends have to join Ren's friends because basically they're 2 packs joining together and they're going to get married. And it's basically just like a lot of she's a female and he's a male. So even though they're both equal alphas, she needs to listen to him. And then she falls in love with someone who somehow is involved in their crazy world, even though he's human. And slow craziness ensues until it just blows up. While I was reading this, I was talking to some of my book club friends, and I just kept asking this question, so I'm guessing it's important. Is anybody else feeling like this book skips just huge sections of time? Like, we'll be listening to them hanging out at a bar, she'll get upset, she'll run into the woods, and then the next morning we are listening to her talk to her little brother. I mean, I'm not really good at reviewing books. Like, I normally just like to ramble a lot, and I'm really trying to condense it down, but overall, dog squeaky toy, overall, I didn't enjoy it towards the end, and the end is really what saved it for me, which is why it gets a 3 stars and not a 2.5 star. And I'm very skeptical if I'm going to read the next book. If I'm just being straight honest, I'm very skeptical. Overall, though, I mean, I did love the way the world was built. I just really liked the world. It could have been more fleshed out. Didn't really care about the characters. Really liked the ending. That's really much all I can say about it. And I feel like I'm totally bungling this review, but almost none of it stuck with me. And I really did just finish this like a 1.5 weeks ago. So definitely going to say this won't be a repeat read. And I'm not mad I read it. I think I can say I'm not mad. The other 3 books I read this month were Survive the Night by Danielle Vega. This book I picked up on our date night. It was like $5 at Barnes & Noble, and I really love the cover. It's got like this sparkly skull, and then the back just looks like a bunch of scrap work, like horrific messages and like pentagram and things like that. So it looked scary. It sounded interesting. Basically, this book is about Casey. She is just out of rehab, and she is supposed to go to a sleepover with her good friend, Madison. But of course, she ditches them for her like wrong side of the track friend, Shauna, and chaos ensues. They go to a underground rave in the New York subway tunnel systems that were abandoned after Hurricane Sandy. And yeah, there's basically a monster that starts killing them all. Best way to sum it up, if you guys love B movies, like I'm talking negative B- movies, you'll love this book. When I was finished with this, I looked at Cody and I'm like, how does a B movie exist in a book? And I know I sound like I'm being really hard on books, but I do like, this is an enjoyable read. I would give it like a 5.5 star. I just could guess every single cliche. Just a huge disclaimer, if you want to read a book where you like these characters, this is not the book. This girl was just, you wanted to slap her most of the time. Her wrong side of the track friends are literally garbage people. Like, every single one of them, if they were real life people, I would be terrified were like sociopaths. Again, I still enjoyed reading it, so the third book I read this month, I will place over here because it was a Kindle book that I won on a Goodreads giveaway that I just like entered. Flesh and Blood, The Vampires of Shadow Hill by Willow Rose. This book was really, really good. I didn't know it was a novella. I actually was waiting in line at a drugstore, I believe, when I started it. Came home, read a little bit more, turned it off, went to pick it up the next day, and found out I was 2 pages away from the ending. So it does end very abruptly, but what's really cool is she has all of her other books, well, not other books, but I think she has the second book on Amazon for like $2.99. So when I'm in a quick pinch for an ebook, I will definitely be picking that up. And for a book that I won on Goodreads as a giveaway, like, this book was really good. The story basically revolves around a cul-de-sac of neighbors, and there's Robin, and then there is her best guy friend, Jaden, I believe. And then there's the new girl, Jasmine, who moves in, and a couple of other friends. And it just is honestly, their parents are acting weird. Weird things start happening. People start dying. And soon, a couple people find out that their parents might actually be supernatural creatures, and that they might be turning into supernatural creatures as well. It's like a neighborhood for the supernatural. It sounds really like cheesy, but I promise you it's actually really, really good. Super quick read. I'm definitely going to read the second book. I'll give it a 4.5 stars, honestly. I really, really liked it. Okay, and then the last book I read of April was, surprise, surprise, The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. Saw the bandwagon, jumped on, don't regret it. This book was amazing. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not into mysteries. First of all, may I say, this is the first mystery, like, thriller that's this large that I devoured in 2 days. 2 days, I had this book finished. This book, if you guys don't already know, which I'm pretty sure you probably do, follows an agoraphobe and a fox who lives in New York, and basically what happens is she doesn't leave her house, so she uses her camera to check in on her neighbors, aka spy, and she thinks she sees a murder of one of her neighbors, and chaos and mystery ensues. I thought this book was so amazing. I was 150 pages in before I even realized that I'd been reading for so long. And what's so fascinating is that I'm reading this book. Not a lot is happening in terms of like the thriller starting, but just her life and the way she talks and her old black and white movie references. They all just put me in such an awesome mood and get me like so engrossed in the story, and they really attract me to her character. So I couldn't put this book down. I cannot wait to read more of AJ Finn's books. I did not know this was becoming a movie, so I'm super, super excited to read the movie. And yeah, I definitely recommend this. This is not hype. This is not like me saying read this because everybody else is. I don't do that. I normally hate reading books everybody else has been reading. But this book deserves y'all to pick it up and read it and worship it like I might, because I'm going to read this a couple more times. So that's my form of book worship. Anyway, this is a good book. Read it. Okay, so those were the 4 books I read in April, including my book club book. Thank you guys so much. I know this is probably going to be uploaded on like the 3rd or the 4th, but I have just not been feeling well. We've been traveling, and after traveling, you know, you need a vacation from traveling. So it's definitely been super hectic, but I'm going to start getting my upload schedule more regular. As you guys will see either before or after this video, I talked about this in a book haul and on Instagram. I will be dedicating 4 videos every single month to you guys. I will have a monthly review, a monthly TBR, 1 book haul, and 1 book related video that is escaping my mind. I believe it's 1 like book club book, or like follow me vlog or something like that. Just right now, I'm not really able to do a bunch of book tags or book shout out videos. I will very, very much try and leave those thoughts towards the end of my video. And in saying that, please, you guys, if you have not checked out Ambler the Niffler or Izzy, those are 2 of my book club buddies. Please, please, please go and check out their channels. They make amazing content. They're such amazing women. They have great views on books. And I definitely think you guys would really benefit from following their channel. On that note, I'm going to go because I need to let my dogs in. My cat is screaming and my house is about to erupt in animal frenzy. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really, really appreciate y'all sticking around. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye!